Hello everyone. I welcome you all to English language classroom. Today I am going to discuss on the topic how to write a perfect and scoring cultural program review. So here I begin. And before that, let me ask you, have you subscribed to my channel? If you have not subscribed up till now, then please do and watch the video till end and press the like button and if you have liked it, and also hit the bell icon for my latest notification and leave a comment below. So dear children, let us start with the topic cultural program review. A cultural program comprises events aimed at highlighting the values and culture of a society or a nation. These events include dance, music, folk songs, folk dance, short skits, fete, etc. A review of such a program must include the following: date and venue of the program, inauguration by the chief guest, entertainment program, other important features, highlight of the program, chief guest reaction, and reaction of the audience. In this lesson, children, we will see how to write a good cultural program review, which is a part of your ISC syllabus. When we talk of the cultural program, the format of writing is little similar to how to write a book review or a film review. When we talk about a cultural program, what are we talking about? We are talking about either a music concert, a theater performance, that is, in the form of play, or we are talking about a dance program. Usually, there are these three types of cultural program which we are speaking. It can be written as a part of your school magazine or in a local newspaper, and in your question paper you will get the details, and you have to remember that you don't miss out any points given in your question paper. You have to elaborate, you have to write on each and every point. Writing a review in a school magazine must be a little different than writing in the newspaper, because your audience in a school will be the chief guest, the school members and the students, whereas the style of presentation in a newspaper will have to be little evolved. More audience are there in different parts of the city or state where your review will be read. So in the exam, you have to be aware of what you need to write and where it is to be published in the question paper. First of all, children, mention the title of the cultural program, which has to be catchy, and generally the kind of adjectives that we use in is mesmerizing performance or an enchanting show presented by ABC Drama Company, or you can also write an evening to remember. So write something which is a little bit exalted and will prompt the reader to read and say that this is worth my time. And let me find out how has this particular dance performance and whether is worth watching when dance performance is staged again. It is important, children, that you be generous with your compliments. So be positive in your review, which will help the readers. Now I come towards the format of the cultural program review. First one is the title. The title should be catchy, like for example, mesmerizing performance, or by any other name you can mention, whichever you like the most. Number 2 is byline, that is, you have to write down your name. Number 3, venue. Venue is very important, and that you would do better if you remember some of the venues where these performances are staged. If it is not in a school program but a theatre program. Next one is the date. The date is also very important, and remember when your examination is being held, you have to mention a date which is within a week before the exam. Like for example, if your exam is on 10th March, then 1 week before, that is most probably on the 2nd or the 3rd March, you can mention. The next one is the performers. In this, you should know who the performers are. If it is a dance program or it is a theatre program or a concert, who is the one who is performing or who is dancing or who is singing. That is, who is performing on stage. The name of the performer is very important. Next important point is the chief guest. The chief guest is optional, as the chief guest is necessary in a school, but they are not needed anywhere else. Like for example, in theatre program and all, chief guests are not required, but in school they are required. The second paragraph, you need to come to the description, which constitutes the theme of the play. If it is a play, that is the theme play we are talking about, or if it is a musical drama, or if it is a historical or a slice of kind of life kind of drama, or a suspense drama is being staged out. So the theme of the program is what you need to mention. Whatever program is being staged out, that you have to write down. Then the next important thing is the kind of music. So children, if it is a musical performance, then we talk about what is the kind of music. Was it classical or a Carnatic music? Or if it is a dance, then what kind of dance performance was there? Whether it is a Kuchipudi dance, Bharatnatyam dance, Kathak or Kathakali, you need to mention what is the dance form. So these details are very important to remember, not to make any spelling mistakes, because that's what is elementary. If it is a play, you need to mention what kind of story it is, whether it is a suspense, thriller or romantic story. Where was it set, this play? Where was it staged? All these things are important to mention. Next one is the production. The kind of production is important to mention, whether it is a musical drama, historical, life, political drama. Even in case of dance, you can mention who was singing for the dance performance, who were playing the musical instruments, that is the various musical instruments. So you can mention all that, which will tell what kind of production it was. Next we come to the technical aspect of the performance. Lighting, and this is specifically very important for dance and for the theatre. The sound quality, all these things like lighting and sound quality will involve the audience also. For example, whether the lighting was spooky, horror, the audience also, for example, will also make you, which made you feel scared, or whether it was a very warm kind of tones. Similarly, in case of dance, where there are many dancers, as to how the lighting was done in order to complement the dance for itself. So all these things will lift the quality of your review. Another important thing is the props on stage, that is, their essence of dressing, which made you feel and even and reveal their play, which was authentic to the performance or it made you out of the play. So, children, the more you get into the type of detailings, the evaluator will will tell that this student knows the subject very well on what he is talking about. In respect to the theater, direction plays a very important role. That is, whether some interesting element were introduced or a flashback introduced on the stage, like Shakespeare. So, different kinds of direction tools were employed. So you have to mention that whether the instrument that the song were in coordination or the song and the dance was in coordination. So all these things can be and are very important to mention in your this review. Next comes the quality of performance. So here in case of theater, we will talk about the acting of the performers, quality of singing, quality of dance, and listen, children, it is very important to pay attention towards your expression and vocabulary. So the entire paragraph and the program needs to be devoted in which you have given your details. Next is the reaction of the audience. This also plays an important role where you have to mention, for example, the audience reacted very enthusiastically to the performances. So, children, you have to write about the reaction of the audience as well, like the singer who performed and the kind of crescendo they had to the audience too, and the audience would also get transported to an entire different world. So you need to be aware of such names who sung well and involves the audience too and takes them to a different era, so that what you need to talk about and how the audience reacted, here you can talk about that particular thing. Next comes the chief guest. The high profile chief guest, the President of India, as the chief guest, and he says something which adds to an element of humor. So, such lines can also be introduced in your review, which will make your cultural program review much more interesting. It would make the reader interesting, wanting to read your review. So, you should be aware of introducing these elements as an engaging manner. Finally, in conclusion, you need to write your opinion whether it was an evening well spent, whether it was an evening worth visiting or worth seeing and spending time with those actors, music performers, and dance performers. So, your opinion why you should suggest or recommend watching the cultural program next time when it is performed in your city is very important. So, pay attention towards your expression as it carries marks. So, I hope, children, the cultural program review, I have made it clear to you. Be positive. Pay attention to your expressions and vocabulary as it carries marks. Do like, share, and make sure to subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon. A few examples of cultural review I will be uploading in my next video so that you can practice and be perfect. As you know, practice makes a man perfect. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you come out with flying colors and score full marks. Thank you.